For most of that group in the Democratic Party, thinking Elizabeth Warren among others, it's about money and power. Trump threatens their worldview, offends their worldview in a way few do. The question now is, what does the Trump cult do when Trump is gone? Funny you should ask that, because a new poll shows Pete Buttigieg, an objectively non-member of the Trump derangement crew, leading the Democratic primary. Our friend Jonathan Alpert is out with a new book, Therapy Nation, How America Got Hooked on Therapy and Why It's Left Us More Divided and Anxious. And Jonathan, Republicans would say that the group that has gotten the most hooked on therapy and is more anxious and more divisive is young, white, single women. Does that play out?
It does, and we see that play out when we have these No Kings protests. It is made up mainly of white people, not just young, but older white people. And I've often said that looks like a big, bad group therapy session that's just going nowhere. But the messages that they're attaching to, the hate for Trump, it's just not a winning message. And you raise a good question. What happens in a few years when Trump's not in office? I feel like they'll just find a new villain to project that hatred onto.
Yeah, you say that it's a bad group therapy session. What are these people in need of therapy for?
Well, they're so fixated on Trump. They hate him. They're up at night thinking about him. They're highly anxious. Honestly, I think they need to get a life that doesn't center around politics or Trump. You know, maybe they need to focus on their jobs, their careers, their friends, family. They just need to focus on something other than Trump, and they may actually start to feel better.
I think about it, and I've been out at these protests, like the Newark, New Jersey protests. These aren't necessarily the No Kings rallies, but these are the riots against ICE. And it's, again, a lot of white single women who are there. Is it that they feel empty without hatred, that without perhaps a family or whatever it is, that the hatred feeds the same dopamine hit that otherwise love would replace?
I think that's a big part of it, but I also think they're incredibly naive, and they think that everyone coming through the border is an innocent person. And I've had conversations with people, and they'll say, well, these people are fine. And I'll say, well, there have been actual rapes and murders that have been committed by some of these illegals. And they say, well, that's just a myth. That's not true. So there's great denial on the left. They're afraid to look at these people as criminals, and they actually are.
So Therapy Nation takes us through that. And I'm wondering if in some ways you've become as much a therapist as you have been an educator versus telling people, hey, it's okay to be so angry and so scared.
Well, the anger can be mobilizing in the short term, but it's not really getting these people to a healthier place mentally. I would argue that it's making them sicker, weaker, and it's dividing this country.
Yeah, well, anger has a tendency to do that, regardless of where it is focused. Jonathan Alpert, a great book, Therapy Nation. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate it. Good
Thank you, Leland. I appreciate it. Good to see you.
We first wrote about this in War Notes. Your chance for an inside look at the show every day has a great link to Jonathan's book. War Notes has a new home, free upgrade waiting for you. We have moved to Substack. These same War Notes every weekday, plus a daily video